පටන් ගන්නද?
Right, okay guys, very good evening. Hope you all can see the screen. Can someone give me a raise hand if you all can see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, superb, thank you. So, thank you very much. Right. So, if the newcomers are there, anyway, you all can see, refer the yesterday's video so that you all will be okay. And remember, I see some of you all have not used the proper format. Guys, make sure you are using the proper format to log in. Otherwise, your attendance will not mark. Right. Okay. We'll without taking much time, we'll go for the subject. Right. So we have to speed up then. Right. Sorry. Okay, let me take couple of questions from yesterday's discussion now, since we were having a chat yesterday regarding the sales management. Sales management කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක අපි ඊයේ කතා කරානේ. Just an understanding. කවුරුහරි මට කියන්නකෝ what is okay නාරද ගොඩගේ 748 784 නාරද ගොඩගේ නාරද ආයුධය නාරද Anil 689. Anil 689, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nalin, Anil, what did we discuss yesterday? We were talking about the sales management. We got a small idea. අපි පොඩි idea එකක් අරගත්ත sales management කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක. So you were there, right, yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I joined.
Yeah, so I mean, with your understanding, what is sales management? I don't need any other area. What is sales management with your idea?
There's planning and coordinating organize.
Okay, planning, coordinating, organizing. Okay, very good, very good.
And it's that.
Ashan Madhushankar. Ashan Madhusankar. Ashan, are you there? Ashan Madhushankar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ashan. What did we discuss yesterday? අපි පොඩක් sales management කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එකේ පොඩි idea එකක් ගත්තා. So with that, what do you think? What is sales management? අපි නිකන් අපි strategy කතා කරේ නෑ, නිකන් පොඩි idea එකක් විතරයි අරගත්තේ. So what was it? මොකක්ද අශාන්?
sales team එක organize කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා.
Sales team එක organize කරන්න කොහොමද කියලා. Good. Ashan, where are you working?
Bernard Zero Private Limited.
Oh, you're working for Bernard. Oh, okay. Good. So, right. Then Buddhika, 515. Buddhika. Buddhika, 515. Yes. What did you discuss yesterday? We were just talking about something yesterday. So what was it? Buddhika? Buddhika, I had none.
Of developing Salesforce.
Developing Salesforce. Okay, good. Buddhika, where are you working?
I'm in Stations Food.
Stations Food. Oh, okay, good. So Vajindra 408. Thank you, Buddhika. Vajindra 408. Yes, Vajindra.
Yes.
So
So
Vajindra, yeah.
we discuss about sales management, the developing Salesforce, coordinating the implementation, sales techniques, and the pestle factors, so that call the non-controllable units what we had, and how they manage sales manager, how manage it, and how we can developing with the sales that factors that they are the like we discussed in yesterday's discussion, shorter period discussion.
Okay, very good. Vijendra, from where are you? Which company you are working for?
I am from Mobitel.
Mobitel. Okay, Mobitel, which area? Are you a regional operation or the head?
Yeah, I am regional operation. I am overlooking a Kaluta, Horan and Panadur area as a sales manager.
Okay, how many are there working under you?
And I am overlooking a business partner. I am looking at 15 sales representatives and the 10 online staff members and another 20, around 20 Salesforce. Altogether, 40 staff members under working.
Good, superb. So, I mean, entire Salesforce is in that particular region under you, which is very good. So you all can share practical things in your life, you know, right? Rather limiting it to the theoretical things. Okay, you all can connect, and anyone. I mean, not only Vajindra, no, your name?
Yeah, Vajindra.
Vajendra. So not only you, I mean, like everybody can connect. Always try to connect whatever you learn along with the practical inputs. So that is the best thing you all can do. Those who are not working, right? The people, those who are not working, especially the university students and the students, those who are from, I mean, right after A level. Okay. I mean, try to identify how companies are working, there's different sectors, different industries. And remember one thing, if you are into sales, my dear friends, if you are into sales, don't limit yourself into the industry what you are working right now. Okay, so you might be working in the telecommunication industry, but you should have an idea about the education, the finance, then construction, automobile, and all these industries. You have to have an experience as a salesperson, because today you might be in the automobile industry, tomorrow you might have to work in the mobile telecommunication industry. So next, after about 1 year's time, you might have to come to education industry. So your approach should be multi industrial approach, because you need to have an idea. Don't limit, because then let's say, as an example, as a sales manager, you people are dealing with your network. No? So what happens when you get connected with the people from different industries? When you have an idea about those industries, it is very much easy for you all to get connected with them. You know, you can talk with sense. නැත්තම් අපි සමහරවල් බුම්මට් වගේ කතා කරගෙන බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා වෙන එක්කෙනෙක් වෙන ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකක් ගැන කතා කරනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝගේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක ගැන කතා කරනවා. So we might get panic. Okay, we don't know about the industry. So don't go into that level. I'm not asking you all to go in depth into those industries, whatever, but have an idea, okay, how the construction industry work, how the finance industry work. You might not be there in that particular industry, but that is how you have to get yourself master in sales. Because සමහර වෙලාවට you might meet a client, your client is into the completely different industry. Then when you get into their shoes and talk, then it is very much easy for you all to gel with them. Otherwise, සමහර වෙලාවට අපිට client එක්ක relationship එක build කරගන්න එක the major issues we are facing because of that, because we don't have a proper understanding about their businesses sometimes. Let's say you are handling corporate clients, right? If you're handling corporate clients, you don't have an idea about their business, so it is very much difficult for you to get into their operation, you know. So something like that. And you might be a guy who is selling AC, okay, consumer electronic industry, but you might sell your ACs for a pharmaceutical company. But then when you have an idea about how a pharmaceutical operation works, let's say, the cooling, whatever the industry, the condition inside a pharmacy they have to maintain and all these things, you can position the right product, you know. So get an idea about each and every industry rather limiting yourself into one particular industry that you're operating into. That is that is out of the subject anyway. So always think on that. And there are enough and more materials in the, in internet where you all can learn about industries, right? So that should be one of the major area where you all have to focus as a salesperson. And also look at, okay, when it comes for your network, right, is as a salesperson, your network is your net worth, remember, right? If you have a good connection base, right? If you have a good rapport with your, the contacts, so it is very much easy for you all to do sales. Because somewhere, connection because you can get support from that particular person. Connection now, you might have in your mobile phone, you might have 2,000, 3,000 contact numbers. In your Facebook, you might have about 2,000, 3,000 followers. No point, right? Tell me one single person who is meeting about 10% of the contact base in your FB profile. Tell me one single person who is meeting at least 5% of your contact base in your LinkedIn. Tell me one single person who is contacting at least 5% in your contact base. If your contact base is exceeding more than 200 in your mobile phone. No, you don't, right? No point. Salesman කෙනෙක් එක්ක salesman කෙනෙක් කියලා කියන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම ඒ connections තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැති වුණොත් you can't do that. Right, this is out of the subject anyway. මොකද relationship එක build කරගත්තාම අපි අපේ network එකත් එක්ක අපි විකුණනවා නෙමෙයි ඊට පස්සේ salesman කෙනෙක් විදිහට අපි විකුණනවා නෙමෙයි අපි නිකන් discuss කරනවා. They are supporting us after that. I'm into the bit of a different industry my company is into. So I'm into ELV, electrical, and the other related solutions I'm into. So I very unlikely I do business with new people. Everybody who known to me for long. So people, those who have built a relationship over a period, it's very easy. එතකොට මොනවා හරි requirement එකක් එහෙම තියෙනවා නම් client ගේ side එකෙන් client ම තමයි support කරන්නේ deal එක close කරන්න. Less effort. So have a rapport with your client. So your strength as a salesperson, your network is so important. Right. So moving on with that, then we were talking about we identified what is sales management, and we identified, okay, the operation, the environment where we are working. We identified the macro factors and the microeconomic environmental factors we were talking about. Microeconomic environment කියලා කියන්නේ ඊ වචන අනිත් වචන දෙකත් එළියට ආවා. So I hardly use those two words, task environment and the broad environment, because the task environment and the broad environment, two words were taken off from textbooks from late 80s. 80s වලට කලින් තමයි ඔය task environment, broad environment කියන වචන දෙක ගොඩක් කතා වුනේ, right? But early 90s වල ඉඳලා තමයි micro and macro විදියට කතා කරේ. task environment, broad environment වලට කලින් අපි පරණ textbooks ඕගලන්ට හම්බුනොත් නිකන් internal external environment විතරයි අපි කතා කරේ. So like that, it's those also evolving further. Right, so we were talking about the task environment, which is micro environment, which is directly connected with your company business process. You all can see the screen, right? You all can see the screen, right? ඊයේ මම කතා කරගෙන ගියා screen එක තිබ්බේ නෑනේ. Right. So task and the broad environment we were talking about, and we are having a separate topic on this one, don't worry, because environmental audit is one of the strategy area what we do, and we'll be discussing that area. So you're here, your company is here, and you're here. So you're connected with all the other suppliers, channel intermediaries, middlemen, අතරමැදියෝ intermediaries කියලා කියන්නේ, and the customer. And you're even facing your competitor. And above that, you have a macroeconomic environmental factors, uncontrollable, broader environmental factors. So
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, we can see the screen, sir, but it is not moving, sir.
Yeah. Move
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sorry for the
No worries. Okay. I'm first slide again. So now I'm moving. Now it's moving, right? Okay. Now I'm into the sales management slide, the grey color one.
Still not moving, sir.
We were talking about the sales management. Still not moving. What do you mean? Why is that? Wait, let me see once again. Can you all see now?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Now moving.
Yes,
right.
Now it's okay.
Right. Cool. So we were talking about the sales management, and we identified, okay, sales management කියලා කිව්වම personal selling කියලා කියන්නේ significant area එකක් sales management වලදී. මොකද people involvement is high in any sales management. Some might argue how come the digital selling doesn't have people. So why when it comes for digital marketing or the digital selling, right? E-commerce sales, if you really look at whatever the earned media, own media, paid medias, right? Digital marketing වල කතා වෙන medias අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම, right? එතකොට ඒවයි මිනිස්සු නෑනේ. No, you can't say like that, my dear. Why the technology have developed in a way where the chatbot and all these connections to bring the human feelings in it? Because it is so important. 472, I will come into you. Just give me a few minutes. So digital selling also, you see the people involvement through the using the technology. In the sense, today the bots are chatting with you like real person, right? Real person. Why people bring the human touch in whatever the way? Technology is used to minimize the maybe sometimes the involvement of the people, but they bring the human touch in it. එම නැතුව මිනිස්සු තනිකරම machines එක්ක deal කරන ලෝකයකට යන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද people like connecting people. So that is why. So that touch they bring into it. So digital selling also you have that. And also on top of this digital selling, you have people involvement in delivering finally the product. E-commerce market. Machine එක විතරක් ගෙනියලා දෙන්නේ නැහැනේ product එක, you send person. So the person who is delivering the product is one part of the personal selling. He is confronting the client. Remember that. So if he's making a mistake, it comes back to the company either positively or negatively. If it is making a mistake, it comes negatively. If he's handling that client nicely, it comes positively towards the company. Salesperson does not mean only the person who is selling the product. අපේ තියෙන අනිත් mistake එක තමයි the salesperson කියලා කියන්නේ මේ product එක විකුණන එක විතරයි salesperson. No, completely wrong, my dear friends. Your service executive is a salesperson. After sales service executive is a salesperson, right? එයා ගිහිල්ලා product එක repair කරලා දෙනවා. එයා repair කරලා දෙනකොට බුම්මට්ට වගේ කියලා කස්ටමර්ත් එක්ක කතා කරන්නවත් නැතුව කිසි දෙයක් කරන්න නැතුව කස්ටමර් අන්ප්ලසන්ට් කරලා එනවා නම් it comes back, it boomerang to the company negatively. So he is not into the sales properly. If you are not doing if you don't train the band properly, so you will not get the return properly from that particular person. It's not the person who is entering into the final transaction. Remember, entire organization in simple term. I will share my experience by time comes. Right? So even your security guard plays a major role, my dear friends. Remember that. He is one of the top top salesperson in front of your company before you. If your client walks into the company, if the security fellow spoil the client, you're gone. You might lose sometimes the whole business from that particular client. And even the janitor who is cleaning the office environment, and the customer comes at 8:30 to your office, and office is not neat and tidy, and the janitor is not cleaning the washrooms, and customer needs to go to washroom, and customer might not be happy working with you. So there are enough and more experiences like that in the industry. Just because of the certain hygienic issues. The customers withdraw their business from the companies, especially when it comes to the garment industry, garment manufacturing industry. There are so many regulations when a foreign client gives the order, right? They come and inspect the company factory, their policies, their hygiene factors, and all these things, right? If the company is not providing proper, let's say as an example, facilities to make the staff members comfortable, so they will not give sales. So everybody is responsible into sales. So ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අපි කතා කරන sales organization structures අපි design කරනකොට how each and every individual connected with the sales function කියන එක අපි කතා කරනවා එතනදී. Yes, 472 නමක් නැතුව ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා. I can't what is your question? Go ahead. 472.
I mentioned the names. My name is Hiran.
Okay, නම පේන්නේ නැහැ කොල්ල මෙතන.
Right, no problem.
Guest කියලා
So, yeah,
yes, what is your question, Shiran?
Yesterday you just mentioned something about the B2B and B2C sales concept or whatever it is. What is that, sir? What is the B2B, B2C thing?
Yeah, actually B2B, B2C, two different customer types we are talking about. We are having a separate, even today we'll be touching a small area into it. B2B in the sense, let's say as example, you are selling for another company, business to business. B2B කියලා කියන්නේ එක short form එක අරගෙන. If you are selling your product to another company, which means you're a company and selling to another company, business to another business, B2B. B2C in the sense business to a final customer, consumer operation එක. ඒතකොට අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම retail shop එකක් final customer ට විකුණනවා නම් ඒක B2C. එහෙම නැත්නම් let's say computer shop එකකින් computer එකක් laptop එකක් final customer ට විකුණනවා නම් ඒක B2C operation එක. It doesn't mean that okay, it doesn't depend on the product. එකම product එක B2B යන්නත් පුළුවන්, B2C යන්නත් පුළුවන්. We are looking at the buying pattern and the buying purpose. අපි මේක separate subject එකක් විදිහට යනවා මේ I couldn't get his name. ශිරාන්ත කවුදනේ කතා කරේ? අපි මේක වෙනම subject එකක් විදිහට යනවා. laptop එකක් company එක purchase කරනවා නම් ඒක B2B purchase එකක්. laptop එකක් ඔයා purchase කරනවා නම් individual ඒක B2C purchase එකක්. So it doesn't mean that okay product එක නෙමෙයි depend වෙන්නේ buying purpose, buying motive and buying style එක අනුව තමයි B2B ද B2C ද buying කියලා එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ. ඒක customer types දෙකක්. We are having a separate chapter on it, Shan, don't worry. So we'll be discussing it. That is one of the significant area anyway. You are from which company, by the way?
So I'm into my own business.
So what is the business?
I have a company called Bed Comfort Collection.
What?
Bed Comfort Collection.
Okay, Bed Comfort Collection. You might have the bed linen and all these things like.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So now let's say as example, someone is buying your linen and resell. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you are supplying Arpico, your linen, you are supplying Arpico. Arpico is a B2B buyer for you. But let's say you have your own outlet at the factory and you sell whoever who comes there to sell about, to buy about 1 2 linen or bed sheets or whatever, cushion covers or whatever you name it, right? So you are selling B2C operation there. So same product goes into B2B and B2C, but there are industrial type products. We are coming into it. So good. Anda me metana innovaata කොට්ටමෙට්ට විකුණන්න පුළුවන්. Nice. So build the market, right?
Okay, so thank you so much.
No problem.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Who is this?
I'm Udeshika.
Yeah, Udeshika, go ahead.
Sir, B2B කියලා කිව්වනේ දැන් business to business ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකෙදි ගත්තාම අපිට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් අපේ business එකේදී අපි company එකට දෙන දැන් example එකක් විදිහට sir කිව්වා business එක company එකට laptop එකක් දෙනවා නම් ඒක B2B කියලා. හැබැයි අපේ business එකේදී ඒ company customer නෙමෙයිද?
Yeah. Yes. B2B customer and B2C customer. Business to business customer, business to consumer customer. B2B customer කියලා කියන්නේ මේකයි. Customer කියලා කියන්නේ the person who is buying the product. Consumer කියලා කියන්නේ person who is consuming the product. Customer can be the consumer. Customer may or may not be the consumer. You buy a Gillette shaving cream for your consumption. You're the customer. You're the consumer. You buy a Gillette shaving cream for someone else to consume. You are the customer. The person who is consuming the product is the consumer. B2B, in the sense the company buys a laptop and they are using it. They are not reselling it. They are using it. They are customers. But the purpose of buying the product is to bring money out of it. to make money out of it, either directly or indirectly. But you buy a laptop, you don't try to make money out of it. You are buying a laptop for your purpose, education or whatever you name it. So it's for your purpose, and you don't have any financial motives behind by using the laptop. So එතන තියෙන අන්න එක customer තමයි. But we define these two categories by looking at the buying motives and the buying style and buying volume, buying, I mean, there are so many other things. We buying pattern, the negotiation pattern and all this.
අරමුණ change ඒකත් එක්ක change වෙන්නේ නේද?
Exactly. Both are customers. Both are customers. You buy a laptop, you're also a customer. A company is buying a laptop, they're also customers. But B2B customer, B2C customer, business to consumer customer, consumer type customer, business type customer. Consumer type customer, business type customer. You get it?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
We are having a separate chapter, don't worry. We are having a separate. Anyway, today we'll be discussing a bit on it. So, good. Get it clarified. So, sales management, Salesforce management. Salesforce එක manage කරන එක. So, තමයි එතනදී මෙතන හැමතිස්සෙම මම කියන්නේ. I do connect the Salesforce as the heart of the company. Right? මම heart එකේ definition එකත් එක්ක මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට connect කරන්නම් Salesforce එක company එකේ heart එක වෙන්නේ කොයි විදිහටද කියන එක in coming slides. මේක ලොකු gravity එකක් තියෙනවා Salesforce එක manage කරනවා කියන එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් sales management එක practice කරනවා කියන එක. ඉතින් අපි මම සමහරලාට ගොඩක් වෙලාට අපි companies වලට කතා කරනකොට when we are consulting certain companies and කොල්ල මොනවද කරන්නේ? අයියෝ සර් මම sales rep කෙනෙක්. අයියෝ සර් මම sales rep කෙනෙක්. මං ඉතින් අහනවා ඉතින් යකෝ sales rep කෙනෙක් නම් ඇයි ඔච්චර අයියෝ මම නිකන් ඒක ඇයි මේක මේ dilute කරන්නේ? ඇයි මේක දන්නවද sales rep වැටුනොත් company එකේ sales එන්නේ නැහැයි කියන එක. ඕක පොඩ්ඩක් ඒකේ තියෙන gravity එක කිව්වට පස්සේ තමයි අම්මට sales rep කෙනෙක් මෙච්චර වටිනව නේද company එකට. Come on, sales personality is one of the significant personality in the business. Remember that. Don't underestimate the sales person. Never underestimate the salesperson, and never underestimate. You may be the sales rep today. You may be a sales manager, and you might think, okay, I'm not the marketing manager. I'm not the finance manager. I'm not the head of HR. No, you're the sales manager. End of the day, you're the person who is pumping money to the organization. Everybody else spending money, right? So remember that. Finance spending money, procurement spending money, production spending money, marketing advertising spending money, HR spending money, everybody is spending money, research and development spending money, you guys are earning money. So come on, ඒ ගැම්ම තියාගන්න sales කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. එතන ලොකු මේකක් තියෙනවා අපි දැකලා තියෙන මේ කියන්නේ අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කම්පැනිස් එක කතා කරනකොට මේ ළමයි නැස මම sales executive නැස මම regional manager කෙනෙක් විතරයි. So come on, I'm the regional manager. I'm the one who is getting revenue to the organization from this region. Have your morale. නැත්තම් මේ sales job එක කරන්න බෑ. Right? මොකද ඒ morale එකෙන් client ගාවට ගියාම client හරවන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලෝගේ පැත්තට ඒ morale එකෙන් ගියොත්. morale එක වට්ටගෙන යන්න එපා කවදාවත් client කෙනෙක් ගාවට. So you being a salesperson, remember there are three major areas, key aspects in sales management, right? එතකොට sales management කියලා කියපු ගමන් now sales reps are here, you know, right? Now they might say මම අපි managers ලා නෙමෙයි, අපි rep ලානේ, අපි executive ලානේ, අපි manager ලා නෙමෙයි. No, you need to have this skill, right? So you being a sales personality, you need to have the strategy development capacity. Strategy development කියන වචනේ කියලා කියපු ගමන් මොකක්ද වෙන්නේ? අම්මෝ ඒක හරි ලොකුයි කියලා. No, you might be handling about 10 customers. So what is your strategy to maintain those 10 clients and increase revenue from those 10 clients? Perfectly okay, right? Perfectly okay. You might be handling 2-3 clients, massive clients, 2-3 multinational clients, because you don't have time, or you have to give a huge capacity to maintain, because their volume, their value, everything is high. So your key account management should be there. Key account management. So what is your strategy to manage that customer? It can be 1 or 2 customers, but what is your strategy? You might be handling one area, one lane. You might be handling those who are handling PETA area, right? I mean, if you go to, let's say first cross street, second cross street, Caser street ඔය යනකොට shops කීයක් තියෙනවද? සමහරට මේ එක street එකක් විතරයි. සමහර companies වලින් sales executive ලා ඉන්නවා. මම handle කරන්නේ first cross street එක. මම handle කරන්නේ second cross street එක. මම handle කරන්නේ මේ Caser street එක. So ඔන්න ඔය වගේ කියන්නේ. ඒතකොට ඒක ඇතුලේ clients ලා ගොඩක් ඉන්නවා. මේ එක පාරයි handle කරන්නේ. එක road එකක් විතරයි handle කරන්නේ. But
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, for
Sir,
that
I
area,
want
what
to
is the
mention one
strategy? Yeah, your name.
Excuse me, sir. So I'm Shatir here.
Yeah, Shakir.
Shakir. Sir, I am doing marketing, especially in University of Peradeniya under
Yeah.
the Faculty of Management, sir. So
Yeah.
as you mentioned before, sir, marketers also spending money, but I think in my point of view,
Yeah, go
they
ahead.
are the people, yeah. They are the people reason for attracting new customers and increasing the customer base. So
Definitely.
indirectly, they also pumping the money into the into our company. In my
Yeah.
point of view, sir, I
Yeah.
don't fight with you. I
Yeah.
just mentioned my own thoughts, sir. Is that
No.
wrong or right, sir?
No, you're correct. You're 100% correct. I mean, if you really look at the definition in marketing, you know, right? Okay.
Sir, I think, sir. One more thing, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Sales also part of the marketing, because we know marketing is not only increase the sales, but it is a big concept. Like seed, I think marketing is a big thing. It includes all over the business process.
Yes. Okay. I will summarize whatever you say. Marketing is the ocean.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Sales is the ship.
Yeah.
That carries you to the destination. Hari Saralai.
Yes, sir.
Hari Saralai.
Sure.
So marketing is a broader perspective, right? You talk about everything, identifying your TG, identifying your TA, identifying, anticipating and forecasting and doing all the strategy related things. It's a broader thing. Thing. Advertising, communication, logistic management, everything. If you really look at the marketing philosophy, it's a broader concept. I 100% agree with you. I'm not saying no. You get what I'm saying? It's a broader perspective.
Yes, yeah, sure.
You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yes,
the entire ocean, but ship is basically the sales force. So that is the summary, right? It's good anyway. We'll be talking about the marketing. We are having a small area into marketing part, right? We'll be discussing that. So it's a huge concept. It's not actually a concept anymore. Marketing is not a concept anymore. It's a philosophy. So what do you mean by a philosophy? Yeah. Philosophy එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ තමන් විශ්වාස කරන philosophy එක තමයි තමන්ගේ නහරවල ලේවල දුවන්නේ. So marketing is not limited for one single department in the organization. Marketing is basically the nerve systems of the entire organization. I 100% agree with you. It has a philosophy. Even the HR comes under marketing. Even the branding comes under marketing. Even research and development comes under marketing. Even the finance comes under marketing. Everything is interconnected. So we are discussing that concept. Good, Shakir, good point. Anyway, so we are discussing that concept anyway under the evolution part. We'll be discussing that. Good point.
Yes, sure.
Right? So strategy development. Salesman කෙනෙක් විදියට පොඩි area එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් you should be able to handle your strategies. Your sales strategy. Client ලා දෙන්නයි handle කරන්නේ. එහෙනම් ඒ client ලා දෙන්න handle කරන strategy එක මොනවද? Right? මොකක්ද strategy එක? So you being a salesperson, you need to you should be able to go into a strategy development. Sales operation. Say, what do you mean by sales operation? Sales operation කියලා කියන්නේ මේ product එක මෙතනින් අරන් customer ට විකුණන එක නෙමෙයි, my dear friends. Remember. Everything. ඕගොල්ලෝ import කරලා විකුණනවා නම් salesman කෙනෙක් විදියට දැනගන්න ඕනේ කොහෙන්ද item එක එන්නේ, shipment එකේ date එක, ETA එක කවදාද තියෙන්නේ, කොච්චර දවසක් යනවද clearance වලට, clearance වුණාට පස්සේ inbound logistic එක කොච්චර දවසක් යනවද, ඊට පස්සේ අපේ warehouse එකට එන්න කොච්චර දවසක් යනවද, after that how many days it will take for our people, you know, I mean internal people to do all the costing and calculation and put it into proper SKUs and release the item for you to sell. client කෙනෙක්ට කතා කරන්න මේ entire operation එක ගැන දැනගෙන තියෙන්න ඕනේ. client order එක place කරාම order එක order receiving point එකේ ඉඳලා delivery point එකට එනකන් ඒ කොච්චර time frame එකක් යනවද කොහොමද deliver වෙන්නේ කොයි condition එකේ entire operation should be there. You may be a sales executive, you may be a sales rep who is handling let's say a very small communication shop outlet. දැන් මොබිටෙල් එකේ ඉන්න අය කියලා කිව්වා. අපි හිතමු I think you all use these cards still මේ මොනවාද ඒකට කියන්නේ reload cards. අපි හිතමු card bundle එක මේ order එක දානවා card bundle එකේ උදේ order එක දැම්මම හවස එනවයි කියන එක sales executive දන්නේ නැත්නම් එයාගේ operation එකේ එයා දන්නේ නැත්නම් so he can't do sales communication එකේ කෙනා කියයි මල්ලි මට මේ 100 card 1000ක් එවන්න. මේ sales කරන ළමයා උඩ බිම බලනවා නම් 100 කාඩ් 1000ක් අපේ කාදගෙන නැද්ද ඊද නැද්ද ෂුවර් නැත්තම් sales operation එක ගැන දන්නේ නැත්තම් you can't do the business. So you being a sales manager or sales executive or sales rep or sales director or even the company owner, you should have 100% idea about the sales operation. Sales operation does not limit from selling even after sales. After sales. Sale එකක් කළා අත පිට ගන්න බෑ මෙහෙම. You can't do like that. Right, because you are the person who is maintaining the client for future business. Your responsibility is to keep the customer for future business. Customer තියාගන්න නම් future business එකට sale එක කල්ලි වල tata bye sir කියලා කියන්න බෑ salesman කෙනෙක්ට. So you have to connect with අපි ඒකට කියනවා post purchase connectivities කියලා. අපි ඒක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා එතන. Right, so analysis, you need to have some kind of analytical skills. අපිට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ average එකක් අරගන්න මාස 10 very basic averaging in the sense grade 9 mathematics mean mode median calculations මාතේ මධ්‍යස්ථය මධ්‍යන්නේ සම්මතපගමෙන් තියෙන A level වලට so මාතේ මධ්‍යස්ථය මධ්‍යන්නේ ගත්තොත් mean mode median ගත්තොත් එහෙම අපිට sales කරන එක්කෙනට අනිවාර්යෙන් අවශ්‍යයි. Right, product portfolio එකක් handle කරනවා නම් mode product එක මොකද්ද වැඩිපුරම units ගානක් විකිරෙන product එක මොකද්ද කියලා identify කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Right, average sale median sale එක මොකක්ද කියන එක mean sale capacity එක මොකක්ද කියන එක මාස ගානක් analyze කරලා rate of sale එක ගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Cyclical variation analyze කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. sales rep කෙනෙක් උනාට ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. sales rep කෙනෙක් උනාට ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මාසයක් තිස්සේ product එක විකුණන pattern එක identify කරලා company එකට කතා කරලා කියනවා මගේ area එකට ඊළඟ month එකේ හැම week එකකම මෙච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක් එවන්න. ඔයා කොහොමද කියන්නේ? This is the data. You have the data. Analytical data. එතකොට මේ analytical data කියලා කියන්නේ correlation calculations වලට යන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. I mean those also there. Right? But general basic calculations you should have. Figures add කරන්න divide කරන්න අපි basic mathematical formulas ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. chart එකක් read කරන්න පුළුවන් capacity එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Someone has taken the control, I guess. Who is this? Aswar, don't do that. We will have to stop the session halfway, so don't do it. Senal, put a condition. Senal.
Okay, sorry.
Put a condition. Condition in the sense accept කරන්න දෙන්න එපා. Otherwise, I will not be able to do it. So නෑ ඔයගොල්ලෝ වැරදිලා වෙන්නේ නැති ගන්නෙ but don't do it. මොකද ඒ මොනොත් එම මේ flow එක කැඩෙනවා සමහරලාට මම කියන්න හදන දේ කියාගන්න බැරි වෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. So look at the sales and the management මේ දෙක අතර combination එක. Management කියලා කිව්වම අපි හැමෝම කතා කරනවා self management, individual management, right? No, that is okay, Aswar, perfectly okay. So it can be a mistake. So management කියලා කිව්වම අපි දන්නවා. So planning, organizing, implementing, leading, motivating, controlling ඔය ඔක්කොම තමයි අපි management කියලා කිව්වේ. So you are connecting that to sales. අපි sales කියලා කිව්වහම මොකද්ද? විකුණීමනේ අපි මේ කතා කරන්නේ. අපි මේ විකුණනවායි කියන එක. විකුණනවායි කියන එක විකුණුම් කළමනාකරණයකටනේ ගේන්න ඕනේ අපිට. නැත්තම් විකුණනවායි කියන එක අර මේ උදේ පාන්දර නැගිටලා අද මං කාටද විකුණන්නේ? Right? අද මොකද්ද මම විකුණන්නේ කියලා. එහෙම හිතලා වැඩක් නැහැනේ. So you need to bring it into a proper management. So sales is one thing, the management is one thing, how the sales management connected. So you have to sell the product with proper planning, organizing, implementing whatever your strategies, leading, motivating people, controlling your sales approach. Everything is there. Look at how these two words connected and design your department. If you are into sales management, design your department. So sales management combined together. So it has a huge weightage, my dear friends. Get this. අර මෙන්න මේ මම මේ වචනේ use කරනවා. මෙන්න මේ හැම ගන්න ඇඟට නැත්තම් ඕගොල්ලෝ මේකේ වටිනකම තේරුම් ගන්න නැහැ. Right? මේක කොච්චර දෙයක්ද කියන එක. And remember මම ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියන්න ඇති. Sales job එක තමයි okay, highly paid job එක. I did maths for my A level, right? And by the time I was doing maths in my A level, I came across with a salesman who is selling pharmaceutical product even without having any qualifications, right? Qualifications in the sense he was a medical rep by that time. I'm saying mid 90s, right? 94 කාලේ මම මේ කියන්නේ. So ඉස්කෝලෙන් අවුට් වෙච්ච ගමන් කාර් එකක් එක්ක ජොබ් එකක් කරන්න පටන් ගත්තා. මම ඒව මොනවාද මෙඩිකල් රෙප් සේල්ස් කරන්නේ, රයිට්. ඒතර දැන් සේල්ස් කරන එක්කෙනෙක්ගේ අනිත් ඒගොල්ලෝගේ අතර බැලුවම අප්පා ඉන්කම් එක හොඳයි, රෙවෙනියු එක හොඳයි, ඒගොල්ලෝගේ පැකේජස් හොඳයි. එහෙම බැලුවාම so that is the motive what I mean made me to get into sales. That was the motive for me to get into sales. So sales people can earn a lot. Commissions, product bonus, tours, special schemes, whatever other facilities, everything. Sometimes in certain companies here in Sri Lanka, the basic salary is very less. And remember, salesperson is having the flexible income in the organization. මට මේ මාසේ ඕරුනොත් එහෙම නෑ මට මොකක් හරි මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් ගන්න මට පොඩි ආදායමක් වැඩිපුර ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා you increase your volume and earn commission, right? You get what I'm saying? You can go for your targets, you can go for your whatever the personal achievement, also with the revenue you can generate. But most of the other jobs are fixed income, my dear friend. Fixed income. මාසෙට හම්බ වෙන ගාන මේ ගානෙන් තියාගෙන හොම මැනේජ් කරගෙන යනවා. But salesman is not like that. සමහර මාසවල මිලියන ගණන් කමිෂන්ස් එනවා. සමහර මාසවල සමහර රුපියල් 10,000 15,000 කමිෂන් වලින් නතර වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So like that, it's one of the best best jobs in the world if you master yourself. නැත්නම් නිකන් salesman කෙනෙක් කියලා වෙලා මම බඩු විකුණනවා කියලා එහෙම නෙමෙයි. But with the proper morale එකකින් යනවා නම් that is one of the best jobs. Okay, so look at this sales management. Okay, look at this sales management. And also, my dear friends, කවුරුණත් sales කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? අද දොස්තරලා මොකද්ද කරන්නේ? Sales කරන්නේ. Right? Government hospital එකට ගිහිල්ලා මේකට හිනාවේ මූණේ හිනාවක් නැහැ බෙහෙත් දීලා යනවා. Private hospitals වල වැඩ කරන ඉතින් බලන්න. එන්න okay good evening good morning කියලා මේ patient ඇතුළට ගන්න. Right? හොඳට කතා කරනවා හොඳට බලනවා. ඒ ડોක්ටර් ගාවට ආයි එන විදිහට ડોක්ටර් වැඩේ කරනවා. So salesman, right? End of the day is a salesman. Okay? So you take architect, salesman. He sells his architectural designs. Why a person comes behind an architect? Right? Because he not just because of his designs. He's selling. And if you don't sell, nobody knows that you're there. You name whatever the person. Lawyer is selling. You go to Halstop courts, right? Especially the traffic court එකට ගියාම ඔයගොල්ලෝ නිකමට බලන්න, right? අතුලට යනකොටම මොකද නඩුව පස්සෙන් ඉන්නේ salesman, right? So this is one of the unique thing where any business anyone need. Entrepreneur කෙනෙක් කිව්වොත් ඒත් same salesman කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. නැත්තම් බෑ. Right? So scope of a sales management. අපි තාම මේ වපසරිය අඳුර ගන්න එක කරන්නේ. We are still talking about this, the background. So when you look at the scope of the sales management, guys, just read it. I will keep about 1 minute this screen. Read it. Sales planning, forecasting, organization structure designing. Everything comes there. Okay, now see, I mean, look at the things what the sales function is responsible. Fixing sales quotas, determining sales territories, motivating salespeople, preparing sales budget, developing salespeople and salesperson's objectives, target setting, hiring salespeople, hiring, right? And human resource planning for sales team, right? Sales promotions, handling sales promotions, managing distribution channels. We'll be discussing the type of distribution channels, the branding, labeling, packaging. So all these things are part of sales functions, my dear friends. Remember, ඉතින් මේ හැම දෙයකින්ම ඕගොල්ලෝ connectivity එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ salesman කෙනෙක් විදියට ඉස්සරහට යනකොට. Right? So any question so far? Anyone is having any question so far?
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain about this branding labeling packaging?
Yeah, we are having a separate, Ashen, we are having a separate session on branding. So anyway, I will just touch the branding, labeling, packaging. Now, let's say as example, now when it comes for branding, branding does not mean just giving only the name, right? Now, you are one of the reason for them to your data. If you are a salesperson, your data is one of the reason for them to change whatever the packaging and the branding approach and all these things. Now, let's say as example, you are from which company? Then I will be able to connect.
I am from Mobitel, sir.
Mobitel, once again, right? Okay. Now, let's say as example, right? I mean, if you're touching the final customer, or if you're touching the, I mean, communication outlets, right? You have an idea about how the branding can be done in these retail outlets. Some communications are not even 5 by 5 area, 5 feet by 5 feet, small shops. So if you are planning to do proper branding, merchandising, right? I mean, packaging design for that outlet, that particular outlet, you're the person, the right person to give information for that. Now, let's say the person who is handling supermarket, the merchandising display, the packaging does not mean only the pack of the product. Labeling does not mean only the label which is tagged in a garment or tagged in a bottle. No, I mean, even the labeling and the packaging comes under the merchandising. Branding does not mean the name. How you manage your client psychologically is part of a brand. Make a branding kila kenna loku area ekak. So I mean, where we need to touch both mechanical perspectives and the psychological perspectives. ඉතින් මේ ඔක්කොම salesman කෙනෙක් ගේ අතේ තියෙනවා. Salesman කෙනෙක්ගේ feedback අනුව design වෙනවා, modify වෙනවා. Who can provide the customer related insights to the company? The salesperson. Why? The salesperson is the person who is connecting the final client or the B2B client. So what the client expecting from the product and the brand can be communicated backward to the organization through the salesperson. So that is where the sales manager or salesperson is involving in the branding. Merchandising, showroom branding වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Countertops වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම hoardings වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Then salesman දන්නවා. Someone might say the marketing person, yeah, marketing person knows where the hoarding should be placed. And salesman ට කියන්න පුළුවන්, inputs දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Come on, මගේ clients ලා මෙතන වැඩිපුර ඉන්නවා. Put a hoarding, right? Digital display එකක් මෙතනට දාන්න. මෙතනට digital display එක හොඳයි මේ static display එකට වඩා. So branding support, you are giving inputs for the organization. You are having a responsibility. Branding is a huge area, my dear friends. So did I answer Ashen neda?
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's I understood that it's a kind of a marketing function, but from sales perspective, you have to give a support. I'm like, you need that inputs.
Yeah, exactly.
Coordination with the marketing teams. Yeah,
exactly. So sales, marketing, and branding goes hand in hand. You can't isolately run. So brand manager කියන්න බෑ. අර මේ මොන salesman ලා මොනවාද අපිට අදාළ නැහැ. අපි branding එක ගහගෙන යන් අපි මේක කරමු right කියලා. So for brand manager to take the decision who is pumping data and the information. Of course, he can do, he can use external research team to get, but who is much comfortable in giving data to the company? The sales people, because they are the people who are connecting the final client or the, I mean, B2B client, customer, right? So they get information. The marketing, the people, the concept development comes from the marketing and the branding, right? But for that concept, who is taking that concept to the field? The salesperson is taking that concept to the field. So අන්න ඒකයි මම කිව්වේ මේ මෙන්න මේ ඕෂන් එකේ මේ සේල්ස්මන් ගේ රෝල් එක මොකක්ද කියන්නේ. මේ මෙතන හැම තැනකටම මේ සේල්ස්මන් ටච් වෙනවා.
We can't hear you.
Sir, excuse me, sir. You are not audible, sir.
Yeah, I think there's a technical issue. She'll be joining soon.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, something went wrong. Sorry. Let me share the screen. Okay, sorry about it. So let's move forward. Let's move forward. So sales management, the personal selling in the sense you talk about the involvement of a salesperson, my dear friends. Involvement of a salesperson in selling. There are non-personal sellings also. As I said earlier, I mean, digital selling. Real person might not involve. Those are non-personal selling. Or let's say as example, if you look at supermarkets like the global supermarket, like Walmart, right? They have non-personal selling approach now. Even the checkout, right? Auto cashiering, checkouts, right? They just get their item into the cart and scan everything and deduct from your credit card or whatever the card connected there. Can you all see the screen, by the way?
We can.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, I mean, these things. So personal selling, the involvement of a salesperson, we identified as a personal selling approach when a salesperson involved. But remember, right, if you are to become a good personal seller, the salesperson, there are certain things you got to bring into your life. Okay, so personal selling is mainly focusing to build a profitable relationship. Hey, guys, this word, look at this word, profitable relationship, right? Profitable relationship, maybe relationship is so important for business, but if relationship should be a profitable one, relationship should be a profitable one. Why we call it as a profitable one? Honda always business karanawa, right? Honda always business karanawa, right? Habai me ya payment karanne. Can you continuously supply? So you will presentation full screen. Isn't this presentation on full screen mode?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, wait.
No, sir.
Take a full screen. Mata okulon to full screen. How come? Wait. Then okay. Now
Still same as earlier, sir.
Not in full screen. Then give me 1 minute, then I have to take the other way. Okay, then I had to use the other way, right? Okay, so y'all can see, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
No, I was sharing the screen since I want to go online sometimes, right? Okay. Okay, so the relationship should be a profitable one, profitable relationship. Why we call it as a profitable relationship? අපිට බැහැ I mean මේක ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට බිස්නස් එකක් කරනකොට අපිට බැහැ අපේ client profitable නැත්තම් relationship එක තියෙන නමුත් business එක continue කරන්න බෑ. So salesperson's job is to maintain the profitable relationship for the business. එතකොට profitable relationship එක financial profitability එකක් නෙමෙයි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Information supply එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Merchandising display opportunity එකක් දෙන client කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Whatever the way. මේ profit කියලා කියපු ගමන් financial profit එක නෙමෙයි. හැමතිස්සෙම. So මේ profitable relationship එකක් build කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න. And remember, if you are talking about this word called relationship in selling, right? So both parties should be mutually benefited. Parties දෙකටම happiness එක deliver වෙන්න ඕනේ. Client happy, ඔයා happy නැත්තම් ඔයාට වැඩි කල් ඔය business එක කරන්න බෑ. Right? Client හොඳටම happy, ඔයා happy නැත්තම්. Hey, client happy, you don't ask the payment. Right? Do you happy? Client is not paying. You can't do that because you're not happy, client is happy, which means no. Client is not happy, you're happy, still you can't do the business because client might say, Tata, bye, I will buy from another client, another supplier. So both parties should be happy. Right? මේ relationship එක build වෙන්න නම් profitable relationship එකක් build වෙන්න නම් value delivery එකකට we have to go. We have to deliver values and we need to make sure both party mutually benefited, mutually happy. Right? අපේ short term game ගහන sales කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. ටාගට් එක ගන්න ඕන වෙලාවට ගිහිල්ලි වෙලා right company එකෙන් එන pressure එකට ගිහිල්ලි වෙලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් රට බොරු ටික ඔක්කොම client එක කියලා වෙලා බඩු ටික පටවලා එනවා එතනට. Right? And client get to know that okay, the guy he got cheated by the salesperson. Do you think he will give a good sale next time? Even at your genuine, if you are even genuinely struggling, if you ask a support, he might say, look here, Tata bhai, you cheated me last time and this time no. You can't do that. Can't do that. So profitable relationship එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ හැමතිස්සෙම මතක තියාගන්න. You need to maintain that profitable relationship. And your relationship does not limit to exchange. Exchange එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයා ගියා වැඩේ කරගත්ත item එක අරගත්ත ආවා. Exchange, just exchange. Even the supply is not keeping the long-term relationship. Even the supply is not keeping the long-term relationship. Sinal, can you see the screen? What is happening?
No, so no, I think the presentation just went.
It's happening today. So exchange අපි මේ කතා කර හිටියේ. You can see the screen now. So exchange කියලා කියන්නේ exchange level එකට යනවා නම් ඔන්න street seller කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් day to day අර දවස ගානේ එක එක තැන් වල ඉන්න street seller කෙනෙක් යනවා. ඔන්න exchange එතන. එයාට ලොකුවට relationship එකක් එයා maintain කරන්න try කරන්නේ because he is not selling the same product, I mean another product to a same customer again. But if let's say as example, he's having a weekly or a monthly cycle. හැම ඉරිදා මෙතන ඉන්නේ හැම සමුදම මෙතන ඉන්නේ හැම then he should not go into the exchange time because he should make sure that he or she is meeting the same client again and again. So I mean exchange is just the one type operation, but you being a salesperson should make sure that you're into the relationship management approach. And also remember there's a keyword here, the customer perceived value. Customer perceived value. Salesman කෙනෙක් touch කරන්න ඕන තැන් දෙකක් තියෙනවා customer ගේ. Right? Salesman කෙනෙක් touch කරන්න ඕන තැන් දෙකක් තියෙනවා customer ගේ. එකක් මෙතන අනිත් එක මෙතන. You being a salesman, right? You being a salesman should be able to touch the customer's heart and mind. Customer ගේ heart and mind දෙකම touch කරන තාක් කල් ඕගොල්ලන්ට relationship එකක් build කරගන්න බෑ. ඕගොල්ලන්ට mind එක touch කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට product එකේ තියෙන features කියලා අරක හොඳයි මේක හොඳයි අරකයි මේකයි කියලා ඉවරලා customer product related දේවල් දීලා mind එක touch කරන්න පුළුවන්. Your customer should feel that you as a salesman is supporting himself or herself to develop his or her business or whatever his or her requirement to satisfy his expectations. So මෙන්න මේ දෙක heart and mind දෙකම touch කරන්න ඕනේ client කෙනෙක්ගේ if you are a good salesperson. So when you do that, remember you capture the perceived value of the customer. Perceived value කියලා කියන්නේ ඔයාව salesman කෙනෙක් විදියට if you are to get into the mindset of the customer and capture the mind share. අපි කියනවා mind share එකක් කියලා. Right? Market share එකක් දන්නවනේ. Market එකේ තියෙන ලොකුම share එක වැඩි share එකක් ගන්නනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ බලන්නේ. Mind share එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? I mean you being a salesperson should be able to get the highest mind share towards you. Customer මතක් වෙනන මොකක් හරි requirement එකක් ආපු ගමන් මෙයාට කතා කරන වැඩේ කරගන්න පුළුවන්. There are certain clients who even call me asking solutions what I'm not doing. And what do they say sometimes when I say නෑ මචං මම කරන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කියන්නේ? ඔය කොහෙන් හරි local purchase කරලා ඔයාගේ through එවන්න බැරිද? Why? They trust. The trust built over a period. I mean rather dealing with another client, another supplier who is unknown or who doesn't have a proper relationship, who is not in their mindset. They prefer working with the people or the suppliers, those who are in their mindset. So this is what you need to understand. So the perceived value, getting into the mindset of the customer with whatever the benefits, right? එයා ඔයත් එක්ක ඩීල් කරනකොට ඔයාගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් ගත්තාම එයාට හම්බ වෙන benefits එයා වියදම් කරපු ප්‍රොඩක්ට් සල්ලි වලට වඩා වැඩි කියන එක එයාට feel වෙනවා. මේ benefits කියලා කියන්නේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකට අදාළ benefits විතරක් නෙමෙයි. You being a salesperson, you might add value, educational related values, customer product එක විතරක් නෙමෙයි අනිත් දේවල් customer මොනවා හරි additional value addition එකක් දෙන්න ඕන. Never worry saying good about your competitor in front of the customer, right? දැන් අපේ salesman ලා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට computer product එකක් කියපු ගමන් ආපෝ එපා ඒකම හරි ජරා product එකක්, it's not a good product, right? Don't buy, they are doing like this, they are doing like that. තියෙන ඔක්කොම negatives ටික කියනවා. Don't do that. Competitor is also having a good values, right? You have to say yeah, that also good, right? They also have good values. But the difference in my one and this one is this. So you have to justify. Compare and contrast කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙනෝනේ. Compare and contrast කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙනෝනේ salesman ගෙනේ. ඒකත් හොඳයි. නැත්තේ නේ. Wow, that's good. Never underestimate your competitor. Never kill your competitor in front of your client, remember. So sometimes you never know, next day you will have to start working with your competitor unless you are working in your own business. අද ඔයා කම්පියුටර් එක කිල් කරගෙන යනවා ක්ලයන්ට් ඉස්සරහා. සමහරවිට සේල්ස්මන් කෙනෙක් විදිහට ඔයාට කම්පියුටර් ගාව වැඩ කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්න පුළුවන් හෙට. How do you go and stand up in front of the client and promote the competing product you are criticizing? Don't do that. They have values, my dear friends. Any product in the market have some values in their capacity. So you got to identify that. ඉතින් ඒක identify කරගෙන ඒ values එක, yes, that product is there. Very good. But මගේ එකේ තියෙන වෙනස මේක, මගේ product එකේ තියෙන වෙනස මේක. Computer product එක high value product එකක්. මගේ product එකට ඒක නෑ, මගේ product එකේ features. ඒ features customer use කරන්නේ නැත්නම් ඒ features මගේ product එකේ තිබ්බයි කියලා වැඩක් නෑ. So mouse strap we don't need made in gold. මේ කතරක් අපිට රත්තරන් වලින් වැඩක් නැහැ. මේ කතරක් ඕනේ මියොන් වලට නම් ඒක රත්තරන් වලින් වැඩක් නැහැ. Your computer product is having a far better values, far better features. But if the client is not using those features, so you can justify even in that way. Yes, that product is pretty expensive and that product is pretty good because it has those features. My product doesn't have. But do you really need those features what my computer is having? Compare and contrast. Compare and contrast කියලා කියන්නේ ඒක. So you have to make sure that you get into the customer's perceived mindset, perceived value. කියන්නේ customer ට feel වෙන්න ඕනේ එයා වියදම් කරපු ගානට වඩා එයාට හම්බ වෙච්ච values වැඩි කියලා. ඒක තමයි perceived value කියලා කියන්නේ. Value which is pasted in the mindset. We identified as the perceived value. Value which is pasted in the mindset. මේ වචන මතක තියාගන්න. මේ වචන වලින් තමයි MCQs මේ වගේ දේවල් වලින් තමයි MCQs design වෙන්නේ. So keep it in mind. Customer satisfaction. We were talking about, right? So perceived performance තියෙනවා නම් customer expect කරපු performance එක තියෙනවා නම් product එකේ customer happy, right? Customer happy. Customer බලාපොරොත්තු වෙච්ච feature එක customer බලාපොරොත්තු වෙච්ච performance product එකේ තියෙනවා නම් customer happy. So perceived performance කියලා කියන්නේ rocket science නෙමෙයි, right? සමහර ඒගොල්ලොන් some sales people, right? They promise everything under the sun in front of the client. මේ හැම ලෝකෙත් තියෙන හැම දෙයක්ම client ඉස්සරහා ගිහිල්ලා promise කරනවා. But they can't deliver. We shouldn't do that. I will take you all through a promise delivery chart, right? You all shouldn't do that, right? So customer satisfaction එක කියලා කියන්නේ අපි ඉල්ලන දේ අපිට client ඉල්ලන දේ අපිට දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් එතන තමයි customer satisfaction එක තියෙන්නේ. Client ඉල්ලන දේ අපේ product එකේ නැති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. In our product that feature might not be there. You should be genuine and tell the customer saying that okay, that those features, those expectations are not there in my product. But if the customer is still willing to go ahead with you all, which means they have accepted whatever the features, whatever the benefits, whatever the values you can deliver for that client. And if you are delivering that, client will be happy. But if you are not delivering that either, then it will be a concern. Then it will be a concern. Our promise delivery එක කියන එක customer satisfaction එකට සෑහෙන බලපානවා. So make sure that you are maintaining that part. So perceived value, don't worry about this triangle thing, right? We'll discuss that later. It comes in the other chart. Okay. So loyalty එක build වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක. So when this perceived value I was talking about, it comes with the emotional component. මේ mind එකත් එක්ක තමයි perceived value එක එන්නේ. ඒතර මේ perceived value එක වැඩි වෙන්න perceived value එක over a period maintain කරන්න customer loyalty is developing day by day. So today you are making customer happy, right? Slowly you build the relationship. Again, in the second purchase, you build further relationship, right? Happy, further build relationship. So over and over, when you engage with the client, when you do transactions, when you talk to client, day by day, you build a relationship. So you can't do it overnight. You can't do it overnight. So overnight relationships are transactional relationships. Exchange කියන relationship, transactional really, not the long-term loyalty-based relationships. So that you got to identify. The අපිට salesman කෙනෙක් විදිහට ඕනේ long-term relationship. Why long-term relationship? ඇයි? reason එක තමයි අපිට ඉස්සරහට sales කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ relationship එක හොඳට අපි හදාගෙන ගියොත්. Right? So loyalty is important. keeping the customer for a longer period with the business is the loyalty. මේ point එක කතා වෙනවා MCQs වලට. ඇවිල්ලා තිබ්බා. Loyalty එක, perceived value කියන එක, exchange කියන ඒවායි meanings. ඔය වගේ දේවල් එනවා MCQs වලදී. Right? Let me take you all through the customer loyalty ladder. Right? This is one of the theory area. And this theory area also one of the area which can be questioned. Okay. So මේක අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම customer කෙනෙක්ගේ loyalty එක මම කිව්වා overnight build කරන්න බෑයි කියලා. දැන් අපි හිතමු උදාහරණයක් විදියට. Right? When you guys anyone under 18 here අවුරුදු 18ට වඩා අඩු කට්ටිය ඉන්නවද මෙතන අත උස්සන්න? Can I have a raise hand? අවුරුදු 18ට වඩා අඩු කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා නම් just give a raise hand please. Under 18 give a raise hand please. Okay, right. Because I should be careful when I use my words in front of minors. Minor කියලා කියන under 18. Okay, so I'm legally bound if I made them uncomfortable in front of them. Okay, now let's say as example the relationship between a girl and a boy. පළවෙනි දවසේ දකිනවා. දෙවෙනි දවසේ අපි හිතමු කතා කරනවා. මුලින්ම බලන්නේ මූණට මූණ බලාගෙන යනවා කතා කරන්නේ hina වෙනවා. ඔන්න relationship එක ටික ටික build වෙනවා. ඔන්න කතා කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. Right? ඊට පස්සේ meet වෙනවා. දිගටම කතා කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. Slowly the relationship is getting stronger. And after some time girl or a boy, okay, let's say the girl identified that boy is not developing himself and not taking the life seriously, no proper plan for future and all this, right? And girl identified, okay, no values from this person, right? My future will not be guaranteed. My future will not be stronger with this person. No values. So girl is not getting values from the guy. So what will happen? So girl will move out slowly. And guy identify, let's say the other way. So guy identified no values. Okay, relationship is not that strong, not like the first few days. Slowly guy identified girl is not caring and all these things. No, so guy identified she's not the partner, so move out. So this loyalty can break at any point. Customer is also same. මුලින් හොඳට treat කරනවා client right සමහර වෙලාවට personally support කරනවා. But after sometimes you might think client මගේ සාක්කුවේ ඉන්නේ. මේ salesman ලා කතා කරන භාෂාවෙන් මම කියන්නේ sales field එකේ ඉන්න. අයියෝ customer මගේ සාක්කුවේ ඉන්නේ. customer මගේ අතේ ඉන්නේ. Right? So this is how they feel. Customer feel it after sometimes. So customer identified, okay, he's not bringing values. Slowly drop the salesperson. And salesperson might say, ayo make client හැමදාම payment එක delay කරනවා මටත් hassle එකක් මට commission එකක් ගන්නත් නැහැ. Try to convert the customer to get the payment. So if not, slowly reduce supply. Both party can break relationship due to so many reasons like that. It's very difficult to build the loyal client. And remember, once you build the loyal client to the organization, you just have to give a small effort to maintain them. They will support you to grow your business. If you really look at your customer database, if you really analyze your database, look at, my dear students, those who are working, your 30% of your customer, I'm not going 80-20 rule, the Pareto's theory is closer to your 30% of your customer is giving a huge revenue, the chunk in your target, where 70% is giving a very small figure. So those loyal customers, those who are really connected with you, is giving a massive revenue for the organization. So never lose them. So make sure you are keeping them. Mean theory model like that, right? Okay, any questions so far? Anyone is having any questions so far? Melanie, are you there?
Yes,
Melanie,
sir.
Melanie, where are you working?
United Track.
කොහේ ඉඳලා දුවලා ආවද කොහෙද?
Get down.
United Tractors.
It's a Caterpillar dealership in Sri Lanka.
With Michelle.
Yeah. Michelle also there.
Okay. Right. Michelle was one of our previous student, right? Good. So, you are into which department there?
I'm in the training department.
You're into the training department. So, what made you to do sales? You should have.
No, we are doing sales also. We are doing external trainings for the customers.
You're doing external training for the customers about the products. For the products.
Yeah, products. Yeah.
Okay. Who are your clients?
There are different customers. Those who have construction machines, those who have material handling machines, generator customers, different customers.
So roughly, if you really look at the top 10 clients, right?
It's please.
Average, right? Top 10 clients. What is the, ratio of revenue they generate compared to others? Ratio.
I think 70%.
70%. See, right? Top 10 clients are generating 70%. Right?
In our department.
Yeah.
It will be changed for the other departments as well.
Yeah, no, the usual ratio actually, Melanie, thank you very much for that. Usual ratio is like that. Why the Pareto 80-20 rule comes there? So after so much of studies, right? 80% of your client generating 20% of your revenue, 20% of your clients generating 80% of your revenue. So which means the loyal base is giving a huge revenue for your organization. Yes, someone is talking, right? Is there a question? Yes, Iman Qasim. Yes, Iman.
Sorry, sir, it's unmuted. Sorry.
No, that is okay. So, anyone is having any questions? Anjana 488. Anjana 488. Anjana 488. Gamunu 544. Gamunu. Gamunu 544, are you there? Gamunu, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gamunu, where are you working?
I'm an undergraduate, sir. I'm an undergraduate, sir.
Which university?
The University of Peradeniya.
Right. So you are into marketing. What is the
No,
degree?
sir, I'm specialized in HRM.
Huh?
I'm specialized in HRM, sir.
You are specializing in HRM. So why sales management?
I think I should have different paths.
Why is that? What is the reason? You should have a different path? You know, HR is internal marketing, right? HR is doing internal sales, right? So why you want to change the path? Huh? මොකද path එක change කරන්න ඕනේ? මොකද හේතුව path එක change කරන්න?
No, sir, there is no need to change path, but I think I should have knowledge in different aspects.
Yeah, very true. Sales කියන එක දැනගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තියෙන්නේ. Good. Right. වට තේරෙනවනේ නේද? කියන දේවල් මොනවද කියන එක idea එකක් තියෙනවනේ නේ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right. We'll take one. Pathogen. I think I pronounced properly. 510 pathogen or pathogen. Are you there? Pathogen or Pathogen 510?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Pathogen, where are you working?
I am an undergraduate student from University of Peradeniya.
So, Peradeniya. What degree you are doing?
Marketing.
Marketing.
Business administration.
Huh?
Specialized in marketing.
Specializing in marketing.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Excuse me, sir. I think you are not audible, sir.
Yeah, guys, I think there's a technical difficulty. Probably, I don't know if it's a power cut, which I just faced a power cut. So maybe she will join soon. Yeah.
Notice now.
Yeah, students, I just got confirmation. So he's facing a power cut in his area. So he's trying to log in from the phone. He'll be joining soon.
Understand now. Thank you.
Yeah, so students, I just got confirmation from sir now. Since he's facing a power cut, there is no signal strength in his phone, it seems. So he won't be able to log in from the phone as well. So we are forced to postpone the session for today. I think it's about 1 hour we have left. So we'll be informing you the new date. It might take a weekday to cover the today's session. So I'll be ending the session now, and I'll be sharing the recording that was captured until Sir disconnected. And so we'll be informing you the new date, students. I hope it's clear. Can someone confirm?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Shinal. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
all the best, students. Good night.
Good night. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you.